Cleopatra, the glamour queen of ancient Egyptian fame, is still a puzzling mystery. Researchers have been trying to find the grave of Cleopatra, and they just might have found a clue that might lead them to Cleopatra and even her partner, Mark Antony. Archaeologists have been working on this for about 20 years now, and latest findings have helped much in discovering where actually the remains of Cleopatra are. The advanced technologies, for example, ground-penetrating radar, are raising the probability of finding those who have been missing. Remember that new information will be given as archaeologists approach resolving the mystery of Cleopatra's tomb. The excitement is here as they work to end the long-standing mystery. What is the actual reality behind this old legend? Cleopatra was an Egyptian queen who is famous for her reign, which began in 51 BCE after her father's death. She had the power which was shared with her brothers and son. However, after the defeat of Romans, they both committed suicide. Cleopatra had no equal in the Roman politics arena. Thus, she was and is still remembered. Egyptian documents prove that her people loved her. Cleopatra, despite her Greek origin, adapted Egyptian culture, learnt the language, and had her portraits painted in a traditional manner. Egypt's independence was her ultimate goal, which she was intent on achieving through trade and alliances. Cleopatra had a strategic and loving relationship with Mark Antony, and they had 3 children. Roman propaganda, however, presented her as a wicked seductress who was using tricks to gain power. In the 1st century BC, according to Horace, Cleopatra was depicted as a queen who wanted to destroy the capital and ruin the Roman Empire. It was more than a century and a half later that the Roman poet Lucan called her the shame of Egypt, a sexually desired force that was set to harm Rome. Nevertheless, Plutarch, a Greek historian who lived in the next century, presented a story with a more balanced account of the events, giving Cleopatra's love for Antony as the main theme of the tragedy. On 12 August 30 BC, Cleopatra and her 2 slave girls chose to take their own lives rather than being caught by Octavian, who had defeated Antony. The conditions of her death are still a mystery, as different accounts say she was poisoned or stabbed. Cleopatra's snake story, whether true or not, is the most popular account of her historical legacy. Egyptian archaeology was no less than a wonder, with King Tut's tomb and the Great Pyramid of Giza being unearthed in the olden times. The 21st century is to be a witness of a breakthrough in human history. The most recent excavations are centered on Cleopatra's tomb, an unsolved mystery for a long time. The results of the first study revealed that her tomb was under an old city, which gave rise to more theories and discoveries in the course of the ongoing exploration. Since 2005, Dr. Kathleen Martinez has been a professor at the University of Santo Domingo in Dominican Republic. She has been researching the tomb of Cleopatra in Egypt. She spent about 2 years doing the architectural study of more than 20 temples, which were located in and near Alexandria, Egypt. In 2025, the team made a remarkable success, which made them think that Cleopatra might be buried beneath Taposiris Magna, an ancient city located in the north of Egypt. It is believed that Taposiris Magna was established even before 280 BC, and it had a large population of more than 10,000 people, which made it a major port of commerce. Experts have suggested that her tomb could be in the Temple of Osiris in that ancient city. Dr. Martinez, after being moved by her respect for Cleopatra as an educated woman of Herrera, is certain that they are near the tomb. The Egyptian authorities granted Dr. Martinez the permission, and he started a 2-month-long archaeological excavation under the old city. The team stumbled upon the tunnels that were thought to be the oldest, the major discovery. These tunnels, a marvelous rock art made by hand, are 43 feet below the ground, and they extend for 4,300 feet. The finding has taken them a step further in their attempt to verify where Cleopatra was finally laid to rest, which will be a great achievement in this quest that has lasted for almost 2 decades. The tunnel looks very similar to the Eupalinos tunnel that was constructed in the 6th century BC on the amazing Greek island of Samos in the Aegean Sea. Many historians and scientists suggested that the Taposiris Magna was partially underwater due to the exposure to natural disasters that were going on for many millennia. the earthquakes being the most destructive of them. This is in fact contrary to the old settlements that are still in existence today. Therefore, Martinez, together with the rest of the study team members, proposes that a part of the tunnels that are underwater and leading to Cleopatra's royal tomb should be excavated. The finding of the grave of Cleopatra will be a unique discovery since none of the Ptolemaic dynasty's mausoleums have been dug up. Not only this, they are also hoping that her tomb will be uncovered to be intact and full of jewels and valuables that have been preserved over the years. This is a distinctive feature of the burial sites of rulers in other ancient eras. Unveiling her tomb will not only provide a glimpse of the life of nobility in the ancient Egypt of the last era, but also a picture of it. Although the main goal of this archaeological dig is to find the tomb of Cleopatra, a lot of other valuable artifacts have been found during these excavations. The news was that the tunnels were said to be the home of thousands of treasures, including several coins with the faces of Alexander the Great and Cleopatra, a bust of the deceased queen, many alabaster statues from the Ptolemaic dynasty, clay pots, and other Greco-Roman artifacts. As the centuries passed, the traditions passed down that the Roman general, sometimes known as Mark Antony, was buried in Cleopatra's tomb after he died by his own sword and in Cleopatra's arms. Cleopatra is said to have taken the snake bite herself so that she might die a couple of weeks later and be placed beside her lover. This folktale is well known. If the city, which is now old, is discovered to be the burial place of Cleopatra, then Mark Antony is also likely to be found there. Zahi Hawass, an Egyptologist and a former Minister of State for Antiquities Affairs of Egypt, believed that the discovery of the tombs of Cleopatra and Mark Antony would be the most important archaeological find of the 21st century. A similar discovery to King Tut's tomb might keep archaeologists, historians, and scholars busy for years, while also giving insight into the nature of funerary temples in ancient civilizations. King Tut's tomb was found in 1922. Furthermore, long-standing doubts about the queen, particularly the circumstances surrounding her death, may be settled at some point. Zahi Hawass claimed that even if the old queen's tomb is not discovered under the ancient city, some finds within and outside the temple give considerable insight into the ancient world. These treasures, ranging from alabaster figurines to costly coins, continue to give Egyptologists and other scholars valuable information. Archaeologists uncovered a vast and beautiful tunnel beneath the temple among the ancient ruins of Taposiris Magna. The Egyptians described the tunnel as a geometric wonder. Kathleen Martinez and her colleagues uncovered the structure 13 meters below while conducting ongoing excavations and study at the temple. The Egyptian Ministry of Tourism and Antiquities pointed out that the tunnel, which was only 2 meters in height, had been made from sandstone with a length of 1,305 meters. The Dana Cave, which is 381 meters in length, is very similar to the Eupalinos Tunnel, an aqueduct built on the island of Samos in the 6th century BC, which is 1,036 meters in length. It had been called an engineering wonder for destroying all the previous designs and constructions, making it the first channel in the world to do so. The Taposiris Magna tunnel engineering is quite amazing, although there are others of its kind. The aim of the Taposiris Magna tunnel is unclear at the moment, although it shares certain similarities with the Eupalinos tunnel. Earlier on, according to Hawass, the Minister of Antiquities at the time, parts of the tunnel were still submerged. The greatest impact of the discovery of the 21st century will be made if the tombs of Mark Antony and Cleopatra are found. Thank you for your time. We will stop the video here. Do not forget to subscribe to the channel and hit the like button for this particular one. We will come back soon to take you to another amazing video.